and let us all do we can to build a better future. So, Tezlyn Figaro gave a 1, 2, 3 gut check to Senator Bernie Sanders, saying that he's not been a leader for the last 3 or 4 years. And throughout this week, I've played not one, but 2 different segments about Bernie Sanders being the nutless cuck wonder that he is. No heart, no soul, no fight in him whatsoever. Queasy about the word genocide, doesn't want to talk about what's happening in Gaza, and of course, constantly defending the Democrats, saying that they could do better, but he doesn't lift a finger to make them be better. Because after all, Joe Biden is his good friend, his buddy, his pal. Joe Biden, him and Biden are pals. They're friends. They're good. They are good friends. They are buddies, pals, through and through. Let's go ahead and play this video. And again, shout out to Case Study QB, who is wrongly being censored. Well, I think now things might be a little bit better for Case Study QB. So let's go ahead and play this video and check it out.
Economy for you. It's a change that says we're going to create an economy for you, not just for billionaires.
I wonder if they'll finally listen to Bernie. Probably not. Let's bring in Democrat strategist Tezlyn Figaro. Tezlyn, Bernie is saying you got to stick on the economic message. It can't just be about Putin, Trump's a dictator. That's not going to fly.
Well, it's so interesting because, as we know, Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden, they're actually the same age. So it shows you that age really may not play a big role in it as much as we think, but it really is about the messenger. But I'm going to be honest with you, where's been Bernie Sanders the last 3 or 4 years? I worked on the Bernie Sanders campaign in 2016. I did not in 2020. And people who would follow him have been looking for his leadership. And he's kind of been missing in action. So.
Well, the reason why he's been missing in action is because he was never who he said he was. Bernie Sanders abandoned his people in 2016 and 2020. Never forget that the DNC in 2016 worked together with the Clinton campaign to deny Bernie Sanders the nomination, that there was election fraud that took place, that Bernie systematically looked away. I mean, never forget that people waited 2 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours in line just to vote for that nutless wonder in 2016 and in 2020. How voting stations were being shut down, lack of paper ballots, lack of working machines. The DNC was going all in. And not once, but twice, that cuck played a very good game in tricking all of us. He was never going to be in the fight because he never was a fighter. That's the truth about Senator Bernie Sanders, and we all have to come to terms with that. He was never going to fight for you and me.
I find it kind of ironic, these popping up out of nowhere now, speaking up for the things that he believed in for the last, 6 or 7 years, and kind of left his movement hanging, just to be quite honest with you. It's just impossible for me to get on here and pretend as if, I haven't been disappointed in him, or that his followers have not been disappointed in him. So I guess he's back, out in the game again.
He's out in the game again just so he can get people to support Biden, because Trump derangement syndrome runs deep. And Bernie has systematically been blamed for the fact that Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump. Well, the Democrats, they picked a loser. Hillary Clinton never had what it took. The reason why she lost wasn't because of the Russians. No, it was because she was a piss poor candidate that nobody liked. And don't give me that BS. It's because America just didn't want a woman as president. No one wanted her as president. Nobody liked her as president. There we go. Simple as that. And plus, her husband was associated with a guy, first name Jeffrey, last name E, as well as a couple other celebrities and business tycoons and world leaders. Jeffrey E, who mysteriously died in a prison. Security cameras, power goes out. And, the security guards were asleep. What a wonderful coinky-dink.
Advising Joe Biden, but it might be too late.
They cut a deal with him, right?
Before the campaign.
They cut a deal back in 2020. They said, you know what, we're going to vote for Joe Biden. He's just going to be the one that's going to be a bridge to the next generation, as long as he spends all the money on green stuff and does what we tell him to do.
No, Fox News. Hey. Biden never spent anything on the green stuff, and if it is, it was money laundering. Biden doesn't give a damn about the environment. And for love of God, Fox News, I know it's in your thesaurus, and it's the first thing your writers use when they make the scripts, but for love of God, Biden is not some communist or socialist or Marxist. I know those are easy words to use. No. You're way off. And Chicago is not a communist utopia. It's a corporatist neoliberal nightmare where people are suffering. It's machine politics. It's corporatist politics. Biden is a Democrat stooge through and through. Nothing socialist about him. And if there is anything remotely relating to any kind of progressive value, it's only there in name only, but it's so irrelevant. Anyways, someday I'll be able to just spill out the facts about just how Biden isn't a communist. He's not, because I've had socialists call me a fascist, and I'm on the left. I've had people on the left, and especially liberals, say, "Oh, Kit Cabello, you right-wing monster." No, I'm not. I'm able to have more civil dialogue with Trump supporters.
But now the wheels are falling off the bus, and here comes Bernie again.
Well, actually, Bernie Sanders, just to even be more clear, he said that Joe Biden was going to be one of the most progressive presidents of our time. And so we're still waiting on that. So, again, just to be honest about it, a lot of people are disappointed in Bernie Sanders. So
Wait, Tezlyn. You're saying Joe Biden hasn't been that progressive?
Yeah, he has not. He has not been that progressive. Fox News, I'm so sorry to wake this up to you. He's not. He's not, okay? Fox News, I got to traumatize them. Got to shake them. Got to violently shake them. Got to shake them. Got to violently shake him like this. He's not progressive. He never followed through with any of his promises. And if they are, underneath the word is nothing but corporatist BS and Democratic policies to benefit their corporate donors. It's all in name only. They really gave a damn. If Democrats really gave a damn, they would have been fighting for a lot more other serious issues, but they won't fight for them. See, this would traumatize the Fox News host. Please.
Joe Biden spent more money than any president ever.
More money on war. More money on corporate bailouts. More money on. It's just a copy paste of any other presidential administration.
Up the border.
Not according to a conservative, of course. Conservatives say that he would be a socialist, but according to Bernie Sanders' meter, his benchmark on what a progressive is, he has not been. He is not Bernie Sanders. This is why the Bernie Sanders movement, this is why the progressive movement backed away from Bernie Sanders when he endorsed Joe Biden, because Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden are not the same on the left. And so, and Joe Biden said out the gate he was a moderate. He was never going to be a socialist. So Bernie Sanders basically sold his movement down the river, and now he has to try to back it up and backtrack.
All right, Tezlyn.
That's just the truth.
I like it. You shoot straight. The truth.
You should have her on more, and this interview should be longer just to talk to her, buddy. She'll explain to you why Bernie Sanders is no progressive. You know what? I've had her on my show before. I'm going to see if I can have her back on again.
You heard it here from Tezlyn. Thanks so much for joining Jesse Waters Prime Time as always.
Oh, Fox News, you're just not ready. The Fox News audience will be triggered and traumatized to know just that, yes, Biden is not some communist. Biden's not a communist? What? I don't believe you. There's nothing progressive about Joe Biden. The fact that you have so many people on the left, the great left coalition has fractured. There's a reason why Bernie Sanders is being dusted and being put out there right now. It's because he's trying to trick people into coming back to supporting the Democratic Party. Black voters are leaving the Democratic Party. Latino voters leaving the Democratic Party. LGBTQ voters leaving the Democratic Party. Young people leaving the Democratic Party. Arab voters leaving the Democratic Party. Everybody's leaving the Democratic Party on a myriad of issues. Arab Americans, for example, hey, the genocide in Gaza. Young people upset at the economic situation, but also, again, the ongoing continuous wars. Black voters feel like they've been jerked around by the Democrats. Latino voters, look what's happening at south of the border in this migration crisis. The Democrats have no clue whatsoever. The number one issue, though, that's impacting everybody is the economy. So a lot of people who are tricked into voting for Joe Biden, people were told, oh, if Trump gets reelected, the economy is going to fall apart. Well, that's already happening. A lot of people who were told to vote for Joe Biden in 2020 were told, hey, if Trump gets reelected, a woman's going to lose her right to choose. Well, pink pussy hat mother. Oh, I had to censor myself. Well, you little pink pussies, hat people. Where are y'all at? Y'all said you'd be out there in the streets 24/7 every day to this day if something happened to Roe v. Wade. Where are you? Where are you? Hey, where are they? Oh, I wonder if they're at brunch. The lunch brunch. Lunch brunch. I wonder where they're at. Oh, that's right. They're nowhere to be seen. Bernie Sanders, constantly a disappointment. He's the old dog trying to impress us with those old tricks, and no one's buying it. Go back to your kettle, Bernie. You're not sheepdogging anyone into the Democratic Party anymore.